Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Evening Show right here on Smash FM here on a very early Tuesday morning here in Melbourne. But let's go across to our friends over in the US, and because normally we'll be heading to Nashville, Tennessee, and then in the Music City. But today we actually be getting a little bit south of that, because we're heading to Dallas, Texas, and of course speak with our favourite music artist over there. Of course, it's great to have on the show because she has her debut album right now, of course, Yes You Can, of course, and her name's Kirstie Kraus. She joins us right now. Thanks, Kirstie, for joining us.
Oh, absolutely. Good morning here. And yes, from Texas. This is my coffee mug for the past 5 days that I've been over here in Dallas and touring. This has been the mug of my choice. Very happy.
Now, so I have to ask, obviously, I'm assuming you're over in Texas at the moment because, of course, you've done some touring, I'm assuming.
Yes, some really, really fun shows. I came down here with another artist, Clay Airy. He flew in separately, so he left yesterday. And the two of us got together for our first run ever. That's what you call a tour run. We got together and we just did 3 shows in a row. And then so I got to celebrate Father's Day yesterday. My parents are actually in Texas with me. So they're downstairs at the moment, probably eating some of that homemade good food that I've had. Oh my, this entire trip I've been here, I can't keep up. I definitely need to have a day where I fast.
Yeah.
I've had so much good food, like homemade white chocolate cheesecake and carrot cake, and the list goes on. I won't bore you with that, but it's been amazing.
So you're heading back to the Music City before you're heading. So you're going from south of the country to north of the country, as you were mentioning to me before. Of course, you're heading to so you're heading to Wisconsin next up there. So I'm touring and doing some more music up there. You got a pretty busy schedule coming up between now and the end of this month.
For sure, but that's how I love it. I love the lull. To me, I'm like, what should I be doing? I need to be doing something, because I feel like if there is a lull, then I want to take a nap or something. You know what I mean? And that's not normal for me. So I've been loving it. And later today, when I fly into Nashville, I go right to a guitar player's house called Landon Hunt, and we will be doing some taping for some stuff. And then tomorrow I pretty much pack again and go up to Wisconsin with 3 other artists, and we have 5 shows in a row up by a lake in Wisconsin, right on the water. So it's gonna be so much fun, and they're all different spots. So the amount of people that I'm gonna meet and the amount of people that I meet on the road, that's my favorite part, is meeting new people and being able to share the music with them, because this bad boy just came out digitally everywhere.
I've been up there, West Coast, and I'm sure a lot of people know, obviously, of course, Milwaukee and Green Bay. So are you heading to any of those cities?
I will be actually exactly horizontal from Milwaukee, in the middle of the state by lakes. Up there in Wisconsin, it's lake country. There's just so much water up there. I think that's why a lot of the Indians came up and settled there, and we have cities called Oconomowoc and things like that you can't really pronounce. So I couldn't even tell you what the lake name is, because it was too long for me to remember. Some Indian name of this giant lake, and then there's places all around it. So it's going to be a good time, and this will be the first time that I go up on any sort of tour or run with these 3 artists. So that's an adventure in itself, different energies. We're going to be joking around a lot, probably. It's going to be a blast.
To be honest, I think you're pretty much living in the suitcase at the moment so far. So how so is that? Obviously, we're deep into, of course, summer over there. So where have you been since the This album's been out for about a month.
Yeah, okay, so when the album came out digitally, because I've had these physical copies for a while, which I've been able to ship to Australia and New Zealand and like everywhere in the UK. That's been really fun. I was in Wisconsin. I did a big old hometown show with a band, and then I did a couple wineries and just celebrated the record with a bunch of people who are like, I call my OGs, and have like the original t-shirts from this project and everything. And so that was really fun. Then I went down to Nashville right after that and went to CMA Fest, and that week was insane. It was long days from the morning time till at night, and I got to see a bunch of friends of mine, including Twinny. If you know Twinny, she's amazingly talented, and just a fun week. I actually went to Nissan Stadium one of the nights as like just to hang out and watch Lady Antebellum and Old Dominion. And that was like when my week was over. So I was like, okay. And then I also, the next day, like that Monday, I went to see Caitlin Smith, and I love her on a whole nother level. She just has this great energy when she's performing. So I got to do some fun things as well, like just hang out, not be like in the front and center, and just hang out. But the entire week was fun. Let's be real. It was like a blast, and it's back. It's the first CMA Fest in like 2 years. We've been waiting for it. And then from there, I pretty much went to Texas. So it's just been, I did some rights. I did some really big rights, and then I made my way to Texas. So it's just kind of been nonstop. So that's this bad boy came out digitally.
Having your new debut album that came out, obviously we had a chance to promote it last couple of weeks down here in Australia.
Yes.
So what's I have to ask this question then. How's the feedback been like?
Yeah. All right. First of all, Will, you are so awesome, and thank you so much for helping to promote this record and what you do down in Australia. Me being so far away, it's amazing to me. So I want to thank you. This is my baby. It's 11 songs called Yes You Can. And it's my first debut project. So I've been releasing 5 singles off of it. And now there's 6 more for people to hear. And it's 11 songs. So that's the feedback has been, people have been like on Apple Music, there's stars next to Better and Just One More. And I know I've gotten feedback about like Moving In, and all these are new songs that people haven't heard yet. But what's cool for me is the feedback has been different for everybody as far as what their favorite song is. And I don't feel like that's normal, at least from my experience. I feel like you go and listen to an album and you're like, oh, okay, I like these 3 songs, obviously. But everyone like, and you're being a trooper. You can yawn because we're recording we're recording this, and it's like in the middle of his sleep time right now. So like, we're making this work. No, you're good. You're good. We talk all the time on WhatsApp. Like we are good. We're friends. I'm just amazed that you and I both are making this work. So I love it. But yeah, I think it's been good. But everyone has their different songs that they like, and that's like refreshing to me to see, because I feel like it's not just one of those albums. I'm biased for sure, but it's not just one of those albums where people are like, oh yeah, like these are the good songs on it. Like it feels like it speaks to everybody in a different way, and there's different songs that they like. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like that's been really cool. But the Just One More song, which is number 10 on the record, right before the last song, that is definitely a song I wrote about people in Wisconsin or any small town pub bar that you're just like sitting at the bar and you're like, yeah, give me one more. Or like, I got time for just one more. And like straight up, these people in Wisconsin told me to write that song. And so I did. And then I ended up putting it on the record. It's just like a fun, it's interesting because it's like this Irish jig to it, but also a rock song. And then it's got like the country melody and lyrics and the vocals. So it's just kind of a mixture of everything. This record is I didn't put any like boundaries on it. I just put together music that I loved, that I thought was fun.
You mentioned about that. Of course, I got to hear those songs because I online as well. And you did mention about West Coast, which you almost pretty much just answered my next question I was going to ask.
Still tell me what it was.
So the question I'm going to ask, which I want to get you to still answer it anyway, in a very similar way you just answered that one. I'm pretty sure you're from Wisconsin, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So
that's what we do. We flash the W at each other, and it's like our salute. Okay.
Yes, that's right. So what makes you move to, have one of those songs to delegate that to your own state?
I mean, I write straight from experience. So like that song was always near and dear to me. Like I performed it. I remember there was a summer with my band in the Midwest called Thirsty Jones. And that was one of the new songs I debuted, and we started performing it. And people are like, what is that? It's like unique, but kind of hooky. Like, what are, like tells the words. And I feel like they really related to that song. And I put little Easter eggs in that song from my childhood. Like the first song I ever sang on stage was Achy Breaky Heart.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I was 4 years old. I was like, gonna tell my heart, my achy breaky heart. And I just like repeated that over and over until they thought it was not cute anymore. And like, so I felt like I had to like karaoke achy breaky. Like that's my little Easter egg in there saying achy breaky heart. Singing loud because we're all crazy, because we're all regulars here. So it's just like, it's a very fun song, and it was always fun to perform. And I just felt like if it didn't have that on this record, I wouldn't feel like the stamp of my life and me as an artist of what this is encapsulating was complete. So I felt like I had to put that on there.
Title, I love it. I love the title of the album. Yes, you can. How did that come about?
Yeah, so when I was putting this together and I was looking at all the songs, I was like, okay, honestly, I couldn't even write down on paper what the order of the songs were going to be. Instead, I like let myself subconsciously think about that for a long time. And then finally I put pen to paper, and after I wrote it, the order of the songs, what I like was thinking, never changed it. It just, then I let it sit for another like month and a half. And I was like, you know what? That's it. That's the order of the songs. And on the printed copies, like the physical copies, which are on my website, by the way, plug, no shame. But the bonus tracks, I included Delusional and Gotta Do. And Gotta Do's right here. And in Gotta Do, the Gotta Do song is very like I love writing inspirational songs. The Gotta Do song is about, hey, you need to do whatever you need to do in this life to be happy, and what works for me may not work for you. And so I'm kind of quoting some of the lyrics, but in the bridge it says, don't, because there's so many naysayers. When you go after your dreams, there's so many people that are trying to tell you like you can't do that. And at the end of the day, it's just because they can't do it in their heart, and so then they're angry that you're doing it. Isn't that, so like, it's like, don't listen to them. So in that bridge of Gotta Do, it says, don't listen to the haters saying, no, you can't. No, you can't. Smile in your heart, because yes, you can. And that has always, like from that on, has been my mantra. And like when that song was coming out was right when I was putting this, like the bare bones, the first starting bones of this project together. And I was like, you know what? It needs to be called Yes, You Can, because putting a project independently and wearing all the hats and doing it, like it's a project and a half. It takes a lot of steps to get to this point. So that was my mantra. That became like, hey, I'm gonna do this. Like, yes, you can. You got this. And Yeah, I think it's really important to me to use this platform to be inspirational and encourage people to like live their life to their fullest and just be happy. And there's some little girls I got to meet this weekend, and one of them was named Jolene. So of course I had to sing the Jolene song.
Yes.
But I looked her straight in the eyes and I held her little hands and I was like, Jolene, I gotta tell you something. She goes, what? And I was like, you can do whatever you want to do. And I always have that moment with like little kids, and I'm always like, whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. Like, yes, you can. And just believe that. And that's really important to me, to be able to have moments like that on the road. So thank you for loving the title. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And so obviously you got awesome, it's down here in Australia and in New Zealand, as you mentioned before. So we are dying to know, considering our borders are open at the moment, when are you planning to come down here?
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. Right now, I'm racking up points so I can go to Australia. How long is the flight again? Did we talk about this? It was like,
Yes, 14 hours from LA.
and then I just have to make sure I have like a day to recover. Is that?
Yes.
Yes, I'm so excited. I mean, like, I want to make that happen. And now that everything's open, I have a record out. Those are all the steps to start in the planning process. So that's the next project to take on. It's being able to tour internationally.
Yes.
I've never done that yet, so I'm excited.
Two final ones before I let you go, because I know you haven't got long till you're heading back to Nashville. Obviously heading back to the airport over there in Dallas. So for everyone that should, and we'll keep promoting it this week as well. Your new album, which you've got there right now. Yes, you can. How can they go about it digitally? And obviously, if they want to get the hard copy.
Digitally on all streaming platforms, type in Kirstie Kraus and you got it. There's a link on my Instagram in particular that's called Linktree, and that is the link to all the links. Even like seeing my Breed Love sponsorship, like you can, all the links is on there. And if you want to get a physical copy, I mean, the hub for everything is KirstieKraus.com. And I would love it. I'm sure he'll have my name right down there. I'd love to connect with you guys on any social media platforms. And you can buy the record digitally on the website or the physical copies right there. So I have to ask you a question, Will.
Yes.
What song have you found yourself jamming to the most?
Oh.
And it can be a single.
Because literally it's actually all it's all on my playlist on the way to work every day.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna list them. Silver, Bird, Better, Something New, Thirsty, What Love Does, Moving In, Girlfriend Intervention, If It Were Worse, Just One More, Sorry's Not Enough.
I don't know. I already know as soon as you said it.
Okay, what?
And we actually discussed this song very early last year. Well, actually, it would have been last year, I'm pretty sure. It's Something New. I love it.
Yes.
I have it repeatedly on, and it's funny because I even got everyone at work to I have constantly jammed on so yeah.
I love it. For those of you who haven't heard that song, it is about moving, like starting something new. For me, it's about moving to Nashville. I kind of dedicate the second verse to that. Right. But it's got this kind of fun doo-wop thing too, and a really fun guitar part that just feels really happy and is encouraging to be like, hey, no one's asking me to do this, but I'm doing this. and
That's
starting it, and we're gonna make it work, and it's not gonna be scary, and like that's kind of the sentiment of the song. But something new, number 4 on the Yes You Can record.
Sure. I'm pretty sure you performed that one as well when we had you on the show.
Yes. And then for my like release party at my hometown show with the full band, I got to perform with the full band, and I had my guitar on. So I'll be sharing some videos in the future of that live performance. So excited.
How can people follow you on social media? And the second part of that question is, how special is to have the support from down here in Australia from us?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so follow on social media. Everything is under. I'm gonna go another level here if I got it. Oh, I do. So right in my purse, I carry these cards around. You guys want to scan this with your phone right now from the computer. You can follow me on all the social media platforms, and you just pause that, scan it. But that's the best way. Is that's the Linktree link. So go to my website, click everything. Go to Instagram, click that link in the bio. That's like the link to everything. And crazy, like if I had told you a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, that I would be friends with Will from Smash FM and be able to come on and talk to him and make our schedules work to do that, to be celebrating a record, I would have told you, like, what? I'm gonna get online with people from Australia? That's crazy. That's awesome. And the fact that I'm living that right now, and being able to talk to you when we're so far away is literally incredible. And the fact that there's support over there, that of people that are digging the music, is amazing. So thank you so much. I so appreciate it. It's like out of this world to me.
Well, we are so glad we got, had that amazing friendship between us two, especially even when we don't do interviews, we still have a chat on WhatsApp and all that. And it is so awesome to have you on the show again to talk about, of course, Yes You Can, the album, and hopefully we'll get you back on the show to hopefully perform a couple of those songs, and we'll go hopefully a bit more deep into the album when you'll have a schedule free for us. And but thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the trip back home. Well, technically, back home to your second home there in Nashville, Tennessee. Obviously, as we mentioned, your actual home is in Wisconsin. But thank you so much, and enjoy the trip back. And can't wait to have you back on the show sometime down the track.
Absolutely. You're awesome. You guys are awesome for tuning in. And thank you so much for listening and jamming the Yes You Can album. I'm Kirstie Kraus. I will see you soon, Will. Thank you so much.
No worries. We'll definitely see you soon. That is for sure. And for everyone that should, of course, get the album, because Yes You Can, digitally and on the hard copy, we'll put all the details up again on our social media, of course, this week, so we can get people more, of course, to tune and jam into her songs, because she is the best artist we've had on the show, and of course, it's awesome to jam her songs down here in Melbourne. There's more on the Smash Evening Show right after this. Don't go away, here on the 10th year celebration.